Hey, is this thing on?
Hi, Gia.
Hi,
How
hi, Keith.
are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm real good.
Real
Good.
good. You get pulled into a meeting again?
I did get pulled into a meeting. I was starting to
Oh,
wonder if you'd been pulled into a meeting too.
no,
No.
no, no
Okay.
meetings here.
Okay.
Anyway, happy Monday, everybody.
Yep. Hello, everybody.
And we're going to talk about General Hospital at some point, right?
Yeah. Should we do that now?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm hoping you took notes because
I did.
I feel like we had a couple of sort of placeholder days. It didn't really.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We had, some developments, but yeah, there
So
was.
nothing really sunk in too hard for me, and that's okay. You gotta pace yourself with
Yeah,
stories.
yeah. Although usually on a Friday you like a bit of a cliffhanger.
You do, but
Um,
how do they do that when there's
I
always
know.
something that bumps the schedule here and there, and so how would you ever know?
Right, right. It must be impossible these days.
Yeah, so I forgive
If
them for the lack of cliffhanger. But
Yeah, I guess I do too. I guess I do too. All right. Let's see, Gia. Well, okay, we had Joss and Vaughn in Australia, I guess
I
now.
guess it was Australia. I didn't see any bougainvillea, and I'm not sure. You
Yeah,
know,
did they think the surfboards were enough of a clue for us? Because usually we get a map,
a
like
map or so. I
with
think it
a.
might have actually said on the bottom of the screen.
Oh, it did. Maybe I missed
I
that
think
part.
maybe it did because when you said Australia, I was like, yeah, right, Australia. And
Okay.
otherwise, I might
Okay.
not have known. But do you think they're going to be in Australia and not go visit her father and
I know.
her
There were.
grandmother? And that
Yeah,
seems,
and just the idea that they took off, they fled the scene at the Five Poppies and went to Australia seems a little bit, I don't know, sloppy, reckless,
well, they did. They
bold.
got spanked for it real
They
hard
did, yeah, but yeah, like why
by
did they even.
Daddy Brennan.
Yeah, I don't even know why they thought they should take that chance. And then like they're lame, like we're setting up Joss's like backstory or whatever. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
whatever. I don't know.
that's what you were doing in bed, huh? Setting up the
Yeah.
backstory. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how they just both like reach for their guns and that was cool. That was cool.
That was about the only cool part of that, I thought. I don't
Uh,
like them together. I'm kind of, well, I don't know if they'll really be shut down because Brennan doesn't seem to know how to shut down
he said
anything.
they couldn't date. He didn't say they couldn't have sex. That's how I interpreted it. That's
Okay.
what I think.
Yeah.
Like I saw their thought
Yeah.
bubbles. They were like, okay, not date, so don't go to the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I hadn't
No,
thought about
no
it that way.
canoodling. We can't canoodle in public, but we could still,
Mhm.
meet
Mhm.
up and bump uglies if we want to.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
I'm thinking they're just like, yeah, yeah, right. Okay, thank. We won't.
That is how they seem about everything. They seem
Yeah.
to be pretty happy to make their own rules.
They're spies. They're like badass, They do what they
They
want.
I know they operate outside the law, but I
Yeah.
thought that the WSB had its own set of laws. I mean, Anna, like let's flash forward a little bit to Anna speaking with Jason after, Jason basically kicks
Yeah.
Carly out of Anna's office,
Yeah. Um,
right?
you know what I hated about that? Anna
What?
start like tearing up during that conversation. Like, come on.
She's just that good at the tearing up,
I know,
she.
but did that call for tearing up? I mean, it loses effectiveness if you tear
You're
up.
right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. You got to pick your moments. Yeah. And if she was that upset about, upsetting Jason, then why? I don't really understand why she didn't tell him in the first place. There's been
Well,
plenty of
because
times.
Brennan threatened what? Throw her in.
Yeah, but that was like if she told Carly, like
Oh,
Anna
I thought it
knows.
was like you tell anybody and you're.
Well, sure, but Anna knows there's a difference between Jason and Carly. Jason's a vault, you can tell him
Yeah,
stuff
that's
and
true. Yeah.
and yeah, she did send him in there like it did sort of jeopardize everybody's safety by him not knowing who he was going to find there, you know?
Yeah. He's a
So,
vault. He's a black hole. He's
yeah.
like he's just deep space. He's like that part of the ocean nobody gets to,
Oh, it's scary, scary, that ocean, that deep, deep
unexplored.
ocean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Um, and then I was kind of like, I mean, it was legit the conversation that Anna and Jason had, but
mm,
as I think Anna pointed out, like Joss is an adult. If it felt a little like who do they think they are that they're going to tell her what she can and can't do still? Uh,
yeah, that was I don't think they needed to go down that path. I think Jason had enough to be mad about just by not being told that Joss
yeah,
was there,
yeah,
you know? I think he knows as well as anybody that you can't tell somebody what to do, and
right, right. But
yeah,
they act like they had some like that. Had they known, they would have some say in this, and it's
yeah,
like,
right.
no, you wouldn't.
No,
She's
no.
she's of age.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it is an interesting dilemma. Will he tell Carly? And so far, no.
So far, no. That's right. And, going like, there was some stuff that happened in between, but in a later part of that episode when we go back to Anna and Jason.
Are we back on Friday?
Yeah, we're still on Friday.
Okay. Oh,
Stay
sorry.
stay with me here, Gia.
Stay with.
Stay with me.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, she says, and they went back and forth, but she said, when she was, like you said, sort of defending Joss as an adult and being able to make her own decisions. And she says something about Joss choosing this life, but
Yeah.
then they both said maybe she, like this person showed up at the right time and when she needed something, which is basically what happened. Joss didn't choose this life. She was sort of trapped into this life.
Well. Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
she,
You could
because
say that.
she had just killed Cyrus.
Right. And so Brennan certainly used everything to his advantage
Yeah.
to talk her into it.
Right. Right.
But that being said, she's
Hmm.
particularly well suited to this job. I mean, I think had he not been in a relationship with Carly, would we still be conflicted about what him recruiting her?
Well, he still wouldn't. I mean, we know Carly would still be upset, regardless of whether she was dating Brennan
Well,
or not.
that's true, right? That's true. But I mean, so if he nudged her into this life or job or however, I guess it's a
Mm-hmm.
a lifestyle. Um,
Yeah.
then but don't you feel like she is suited to this and that she likes it and that she would not regret choosing it, whether or not Brennan was manipulative
Hmm.
in leading her into it?
Uh, I don't know. It's still early days, so she hasn't been put through the tests that somebody like Anna or Valentine has, where you have to, really like thoroughly betray people.
Yeah, yeah,
She's kind of still living in both worlds, I think. So it's hard to
yeah.
say, but also, and I get your point. Maybe like if there had been a poster up at PCU saying
Rick-
"Agents
Rick-
Wanted,"
it, yeah, if he'd been at career day
yeah,
when they set up the
the
table,
job fair, yeah.
the job fair,
I
right? Yeah.
bet you she would have gone right to that table. So, I think you're probably right, but he also sort of orchestrated like a lot of what happened with
Right,
Cyrus,
that's true. He orchestrate.
you
That's
know.
a good word, orchestrate. And I did, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I've forgotten about that part of the conversation with Jason and Anna. That I thought
Mhm.
that was interesting. The parallel that she drew
Mhm.
um, between them both being like needing to belong somewhere,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Mhm.
for Jason, it was Sonny who, like, I
Mhm.
mean, do you hold Sonny responsible for bringing Jason into the life?
I know, I know. I never really have because I guess
Because
I
you like
always
him, yeah.
'cause yeah. But also, I don't know if, like, Jason ever was, like, in that early part of his relationship with Sonny, I don't think it was, like he'd signed a contract or anything. Like, he probably could have, accepted a little help and then said, "Thanks, I'm not really interested in this life," you know?
Isn't that exactly the opposite of how the mob operates?
Yes. Yes. But
Isn't it
I
like if you are start in, you're in? Like, haven't you already seen too much and you'd compromise them? And like, I thought that was
I don't know. I mean, it seemed like initially Sonny was just trying to, like, help him out because Jason had, like, shunned his family and was sort of homeless and everything. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm romanticizing it all, but I kind of feel like Jason was able to make a decision kind of gradually, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I
um,
could be. I so
yeah.
it's been a
It's
while
it's
since.
it's a really long time ago, but I'm just
Yeah.
thinking that if you're a mobster,
Mhm.
um, and you see that this young man is in a delicate sort of compromised
Mhm.
point in his life,
Mhm.
you must know that you're the one kind of in power offering this up, and that he's kind of in the same way that Brennan knew that Joss was
Mhm.
what, vulnerable in that moment.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they kind of hold all the cards, and so they
Well, yeah, and he led Joss to that moment.
right. I'm just saying that you could argue that Sonny kind of did the same. It's not like Sonny owned a hardware store and he said, "I'll give you a couple shifts." You
Yeah,
know, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm,
just knowing the nature of his business, like
mhm,
if he'd some might argue that and I'm not saying this like that Sonny
mhm,
did wrong or anything. I'm just saying
mhm,
that did he really give Jason much of a choice? He knew Jason was vulnerable and impressionable, um, and knowing that he's a mobster, that Sonny's a mobster, like
mhm.
opening that door to him is saying you're if you come in, you're in, and
Yeah, I don't feel like it was that cut and dry, and I don't know if how much Jason really knew about his world. I don't remember really because
right.
Jason
That's what I
was.
mean. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And Jason was, he had amnesia, right, or something, like, he had the car accident, so
Right,
he
right. Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
he
He
was.
was totally unmoored and
Yeah, yeah. Well, alright, how about this one?
riddle me this. I'm just saying that you could argue that Sonny had as much responsibility in leading Jason into the life of a hitman as Brennan does in manipulating Joss.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess, I
Whether
guess.
it was out of whether I mean, yes, Brennan is doing this more not out of the goodness of his heart, but because
Right,
he's
right.
like a wolf. He sees somebody that's going to be good
Yeah,
at what he needs somebody to do, and that
exactly. Yeah.
and that Sonny, you could say that Sonny was doing it more out of the goodness of his heart. Saw somebody in need, and
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, maybe Sonny realized that there was something to be gained once he got to know Jason, but I think it was more like a less selfish motivation than what we saw with Brennan.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'm just saying that if you're a mobster, you
Mhm.
know that letting somebody in your world means
Yeah, yeah.
that you've endangered them. You've let them in your world.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. What about there was a moment maybe where Geo wanted to be closer to Sonny and I don't remember,
Right.
and Sonny
Yeah.
quickly shut that down. And this was
Yeah.
before he knew Geo was his grandson.
Grandson, was it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
so that's what I'm saying is that maybe much older, wiser Sonny realized um,
Mhm.
that's like that's putting somebody in harm's way. And
Mhm.
is that what you mean? Like he sort of
Yeah, well, I guess I sort of feel like it also supports the way he treated Jason in a way, like
no, but
I
it's the
don't know.
opposite. He like brought him into the mob.
Not initially, he was just helping him initially. Let's move on.
Okay.
Mm.
I can't remember that far back. Your memory, your Prevagen kicked in a little better than mine, I think.
Nah, I'm not sure it did. I'm not sure. And we never took Prevagen. It was Nariva. So neither of those companies will be getting in touch with us to sponsor our
Which
podcast.
is the one that has is it Prevagen that has the really daft ads where like this couple walked up to me and said, "Have you tried Prevagen?"
You know, they're all bad. They're all very
And I
bad.
said no, and they said try it, and I tried it, and I've just never felt better. Like it's very scientific.
Yeah, they're both grounded in science.
Yeah, yeah. We took the one that was like octopus suction parts or something, right?
Well, it was the cheaper one, so I don't know if
That was the bottom line, yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was like 20 bucks
Or was
cheaper.
it like shark fin or something, or
I
was
think it
it?
was like squid sweat.
This is before you went vegan, apparently, because
Yeah, I know, well, that's why
yeah.
I'm not sure, like, I thought it was the more expensive one that had the, like, fish component, but I don't remember now. Because I think I was looking for something that was at least vegetarian.
Well, anyway, we're both kind of failures.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
uh,
the brains,
drop,
that's why we
drop
need
all
our
the
little
time.
notes now.
Okay, look at your notes and we'll move on because we could.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so at the hospital, we had Elizabeth reviving Liesl, Britt, Nina were there, Dante and Lulu wringing her
Oh
hand.
yeah, Lulu. Jeez, yeah. This is gonna
Yeah.
bring out the worst in her. I'm not excited about it.
No, it seems like her initial reaction to anything is, "Oh my god, what more is gonna happen to me?"
To me,
You know?
me. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
at
Yeah.
least Dante's like, "Let's learn from our mistakes," you know?
Oh, I'll tell you what my overriding problem with Friday was.
Okay.
Nobody's looking for this dog. They're just gonna go to bed.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Can you imagine going to bed? I mean
No, I mean, I've had dogs. We had these dogs that regularly, if you, they were both like we were back in the woods, and
mhm,
so we could let them out without leashes. But if you let them out at the same time, they
mhm.
would take off and have a little, jaunt.
Adventure, yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
so occasionally the old man and I, like, somebody be like, "Did you let Bump out?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "Did you let TG out?" "Yeah." And then we'd be like, "Oh, crap,"
Ah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so they'd be off,
Mhm,
miles
mhm,
away chasing chickens or whatever. And
mhm,
but we never like let the sun set on that. Like we went
mhm.
out and found the
Yeah,
dogs. We didn't like.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like, "Well, maybe we'll look in the morning." Like, "Did you find it?" "Nope, nope." "Okay, well, let's sit down and have a long discussion while the dog's off being hit by a car or whatever."
I know, I was thinking that too. If it was a rural area, then it would be a slightly different situation, but it seems like they're in a pretty urban area, and
Yeah, and the
it was
longer you wait, the further away the dog
yeah,
can be, and
yeah,
N-
yeah.
did the writer are there no writers on this team that have
No
dogs?
well, there's so many loose ends when it comes to dogs on the show, so I guess not.
Because I'm like, they're gonna sit down on the couch now after everybody
Yeah,
announcing that Outback is still out there.
and that
They should have
Rocco
been like,
loves that dog so much.
yeah, they should have been like, let's put a pin in this discussion and we
Yeah,
need to find the dog and then we'll meet
yeah.
back here, because
Mhm, mhm.
everybody's gonna be stressed while this dog is loose.
Yep, yep.
So
I
that
know.
made me a little bit angry and batty, but
Yep, yep, I agree, Gia, that was a whole
and then
other story.
today we weren't with any of those people, so we don't know. Hopefully Outback was found while we were having other stories. I don't know.
Yeah, let's hope that there's a nice resolution to that one.
Well, I'm wondering if could it be part of, like, so Dalton reappears
Mhm,
and, like, oh, there's secrets to be revealed or whatever, and I'm
mhm.
wondering if Outback was an escape from his lab,
Right,
we're
right,
back,
right.
and so we'll find Outback at the lab or something.
Like in
And
full makeup?
yes, yes. A nice, like a shimmering pink lip
Yeah,
gloss or
yeah.
something, and
Right, right, yeah, and some eyeshadow.
shadow,
Like with a
maybe a
metallic sort of nature, like a mica blend.
yep, maybe
Mhm.
some work on the brows. Yep,
Mhm. Mhm.
all of it. I don't even
Yeah.
know that's the extent of my makeup, kinda.
But yeah, we just want Outback to look his or her best. Their
Right,
best.
but
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, could his being loose be somehow gonna tie this plot line together? Because he appeared
Mhm.
out of nowhere, right? He was a
Yeah.
stray.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
and you let us know that beagles are the best dogs to put makeup
Lab.
on.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Their complexions just beg for it.
Yeah, right,
Uh-huh.
they really light up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it'd be wou wouldn't it it's makes more sense if labs were used in labs, wouldn't it?
Oh boy, yeah. But imagine like you go through so much more food and the poops would be larger. These are it's all it comes down to like practical concerns like that, maybe.
Right, they tried chihuahuas, but they're just so freaking nasty. They just, like,
Yeah, and they
they
don't have enough of a face to really make up.
to really make up, but can you imagine chihuahuas with false eyelashes just sitting there batting their eyelashes?
They've already got prominent enough features, I guess.
I guess so. Anyway, that's what I think, and, speaking of makeup, I think they've got Dalton wearing some makeup or something. Doesn't he look
Yeah,
like they've darkened his
probably.
eyebrows or something?
Maybe, Gia. I
I
know.
there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, but there's something, and now that we know he's sinister, I feel like it adds to his sinister quality.
Yeah, yeah, there's been a bit of a increase in sinister activity lately, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, okay,
Um
back to your notes. What are we on to here?
Well, we had, Liesl sort of going through, lots of different stages of different emotions, ending with a slap across Britt's face.
Yeah, everything got spicy real quick. Yeah.
I would say so, yeah. So that was and that wasn't really out of character, I didn't think, for Liesl to
No,
suddenly become furious with Britt, but
no. I felt like it stretched on a little too long. Not that she
mhm.
shouldn't still be furious, but I felt like they had that great line of Brit saying, "I am what you made me, Mooter,"
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
think she said it about 3 times now.
Mhm. Well, and another really good line from today was when she said, "I think you liked me better when I was dead."
Oh yeah, that was a
You
good one.
know?
They are a
And
couple of spicy gals.
they're very good, and they can go toe to toe, I think, which is good. I feel for Britt because don't you think she's obviously hiding a large part of why she was gone, that it wasn't entirely her choice. She's just
Right? Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
protect everybody.
She hasn't even implied that she was being held there.
Right, right. She's taking it all the blame for this.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was interesting to try to imagine like being Brit, having sort of been away for 2 years, letting people believe you're dead, even though she didn't have a lot of choice. Like how do you behave coming back from that? It's kind of a
Well, there's
strange
so many
position
people
to
that
be in.
have come back
Yeah,
from the
come
dead
back
there
from
that
the
they
dead.
probably is a support group. They're right there in Port
Yeah,
Charles.
it would be wouldn't it be interesting if she and Lulu had a conversation about, coming back from, missing years of people's
Yeah,
lives?
well, and Jason. I
Jason,
mean,
yeah, you're
yeah,
right. Everybody's pretty much been there, done that.
yeah, been there, done that. Yeah. Yeah, it
Mhm.
would be very odd, and of course people would probably be passing out left and right when they saw you because
Mhm.
you were a
Mhm.
ghost.
Yeah. I
And
liked
now they've
Nina. Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, poor Nina. Oh, I have to ask you because I can't remember.
Mhm.
So Liesl is Nina's aunt? Is
Let's
that
see.
correct?
Nathan was
Her
Nina's
brother?
brother, half brother? I think. I can't remember, Gia, but yeah, let's go with there's some sort
And
of
he
branch.
was Liesl was his mother? Is that right?
Yes, yes, Liesl was Nathan's mother, yeah,
Liesl is
and
Nate. This is
Britt's mother.
my brain's already like going like I'm out. I can't
Yeah,
even.
yeah, I know, I
Uh,
know.
Let's see. Okay, but
But
let's try. Let's push it. Okay,
oh,
Liesl is
come on.
Nathan's
We're not
mother.
gonna get there. We're not I don't have any more information to add.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, was it is it Nina's mother that somehow? I'll just look up the character.
Her mother was the one that put, Nina into a coma, right? While she
Yeah,
was
so she's
pregnant.
evil. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
mhm,
how?
but
Okay, go back to your notes while I'm typing this in.
oh, boy, Gia. Well, I wanted to, like, talk to you.
Okay, well, I have the answer. I have the answer. Okay.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
So Liesl Obrecht is Nina Reeves' aunt. Liesl's sister was Nina's mother, Madeline Reeves, which makes Liesl the
Hmm.
paternal aunt to Nina's daughter. Wait, hang on. Paternal aunt. Liesl Liesl's sister was Nina's mother.
So that makes her yeah.
So that's just her direct aunt,
Yeah, yeah. That
which makes
that's weird because it doesn't seem like Liesl and, Madeline were at all like, they didn't seem similar at all in a way except for the evil part.
yeah, the evil part, but they must have been what, separated at birth or something? Because
Yeah,
how,
probably,
how is
probably.
like Liesl is what, Austrian or something, and Madeline Reeves was not.
She no, she was just a snobby sort of New
Yeah,
Yorker.
interesting,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, well,
So,
anyway, so there
anyway,
we go.
okay, so Nina's a legit, relative of Brit's,
Yes,
right?
and I feel bad for her because she's having to like referee the whole thing.
Yeah, and also knows, the pain that, really both of them are enduring, I think, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. I think that Eliza will come around. It's just, um, I think those are justified feelings that she's having. Of course, most mothers would not go so far to as to slap their daughters. They'd they'd be overwhelmed with feeling, and later they'd be like, you hurt me by doing this. But
Yeah, with Liesl, it's kinda all or nothing, but I
yeah,
also feel like Liesl should sort of be able to think this through a little bit and maybe realize that there might be more to the story,
right, right.
especially knowing all, like, the WSB sort of how they operate and all that stuff, and
Yeah, her spidey senses should be tingling a little bit.
yeah, they should be, I think, so that I was a little disappointed in her for that reason, and I just felt so bad for Britt, you know, just
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
getting like, not really getting the sort of reunion or the homecoming that, you might
yeah,
hope for.
yeah, yeah. She's and does she even know that Brad's gone? She'll be kind of friendless. She's pushing
Yeah,
Jason away. I mean, I guess
yeah.
Nina will be her friend, but
I know, I hope they have some good heart-to-hearts, Britt and
yeah,
Nina, and,
but Carly didn't seem too excited to hear that she's back, and
no, Carly wants everybody for herself pretty much, I think.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so
so tough
sad.
times.
Tough times for our Brit, and we also had, some Elizabeth and Elizabeth when she was speaking to Lucas, who wanted to call Brad immediately, and
Oh
Elizabeth
right,
said
yeah,
no. I
yeah.
was I was disappointed in Elizabeth there. I thought that
Well, I
was
was just
yeah.
hoping that Brad would come back, but
Yeah, yeah, but
I guess he won't now. Nobody's going to tell him.
well, I
Uh,
guess maybe Brit would tell him, maybe Brit would call him
yeah,
if the
I think
cat's out of the bag.
Britt's got to be waiting for another shoe to drop here. I mean, just the
Yeah,
fact that
yeah,
there
mhm,
is some man who is in charge of this whole operation. Like,
mhm,
we're
right.
assuming that Pascal went up in the explosion, but whoever's
Mhm.
running this whole show
Mhm.
is
Right.
out there and is probably going to be, coming to look for her, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's right. Yeah, I don't know how safe I don't know, is she gonna go back to Nina's and stay with Nina? I'm not
I
sure.
think so. And the other part of it now is that she's broke.
Yeah, but did you
Um,
see, like, at the end of today's episode, she ran into Jason, and it seems like maybe, since she's so down and out, maybe she'll open up a little more to him.
Maybe you think he'll take her in or something, and they'll.
Yeah, I think he would try, or at least try to give her money so she could go somewhere.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't see them rekindling their romance this quickly. I'm
no,
sure it
no,
will
not
happen, but
yet, probably.
yeah,
Right.
it will be broached at some point. But
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen with Britt, but yeah, I thought Elizabeth just like shutting Lucas down like that, that seemed so controlling. And I thought she was a little better at, just sort of coaching, but not controlling. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Um,
and it worked,
for the
which was
moment, yeah, maybe
yeah.
Lucas would sort of by himself decide that he didn't want Brad to miss Britt longer than he had to. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's funny they've kind of set them up as like a little team at the hospital that we get to,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is I kind of like. I like their relationship and
I do too, mostly, mostly.
yeah, I mean she was overreaching a little bit there probably,
Mhm,
but
mhm. Let's see, then we had Carly, Brick, and Sonny hanging out in Sonny's
yeah,
office.
Brick was back to being the Brick I like.
Yeah, yeah, mhm.
I have a feeling that he might just accept this gig because he likes the wardrobe, because he gets to wear
Yeah.
such snappy outfits.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's not a hard job really, you know?
No, and he's very believable as one of Sonny's guys,
He
like that,
is, yeah, he is.
and
And you kinda believe him when he says, "If we need to do this, I'll take care of it," you know?
yeah, and I really like the thing he and Carly have going. I just don't
Mhm.
like he was just as a lover,
Yeah.
he's just freaking predatory with Jordan. It was
Mhm.
like, and that
Mhm.
may just be a lack of acting chops, he just like was like, dude, dial it back. It was
Yeah,
scary.
maybe, maybe, but also didn't it seem like there was kind of an age difference there too, a bit?
Yeah, that too. Which
Which
maybe made him seem, I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't
The
know that
difference
that's
between
always a problem.
predatory and sexy is, I don't know, maybe a fine line. I'm not sure.
Maybe. That's a good point. It's hard to know because 'cause you've either crossed it or you
That's like one of
haven't.
the discussion questions in the back of a novel these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Talk amongst yourselves. Um,
Mhm.
because coming on strong and being like sexy is one thing,
Mhm.
but I don't know, he was like creepy, I thought.
Yeah, and he was kind of, like, acting like Jordan wanted to say yes, but she was trying, to be coy or something, and he was just sorta, like, putting the words in her mouth kind of, more
Yeah,
than just, like, paying attention to what she was
yeah.
saying. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
anyway, okay, go ahead.
well, they seem to have gotten past that, right? That's maybe a thing of the past,
I
which
think they're done trying to pair them up because they mentioned
yeah.
that he was dating a model now. So
Yes, that's right, out in LA, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so let's move maybe to today. We had Drew and Martin, which was a little
yeah,
disappointing, I
yeah.
thought,
But well, Drew's up to his old tricks. He just,
Yeah.
he knows everybody's like soft
Yeah,
underbellies,
yeah, yep, exactly.
and so he got Martin where he wanted him because the Stella
Mhm,
thing. How could
mm,
Martin pass that up?
yeah,
He so feels so beholden to Stella.
mhm,
Um,
and so responsible for what happened to her.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm,
But so yeah, that was too bad. But
mhm. But then we have the development of, what Brick put in the safe, right? To incriminate Drew, to make it look like
oh
he
yeah,
was the one who
what was
bribed the judge.
so that okay? I got confused later. I was like, what? Wait, what are they talking? He said something about that will stick. I was like, huh?
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
yeah,
What are we? So everybody's been in this safe. Kai's been
yeah.
taking stuff out. Brick's been putting stuff
Mhm,
in.
mhm.
Um,
But it seemed like Brick was there before everybody else, so did he get into the safe on his own, I guess? Did he crack the safe
and then shut it again so
and then
that
shut it again?
I
Although
well,
wouldn't
that would be what you do, right? If you wanted to put
Yeah.
something in, you wouldn't want to leave it open because then
Yeah, and
something.
then maybe Drew just didn't notice that there was a new piece of paper
But
in
why did
the
they have
safe.
to put that in there when Drew actually was the one who bribed the judge?
It was Sidwell who
Oh,
bribed
no,
the
right,
judge.
that's right, Sidwell bribed the
Yeah,
judge, that's
yeah.
right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now it's all very confused.
It's
Oh my
very
goodness.
confusing, yeah, and I guess I mean, I don't know if this is a good idea or not to make it look like Drew was the guy, because he's not. He wasn't the guy. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it's just gonna muddy the waters, isn't it, on
I
who.
think so, but now Drew knows that somebody's playing this game with him, and he's gonna figure out, I think, who it was, Sonny and or Michael, kinda
But
one and the same.
you think he'll suspect Kai of taking the Portia stuff?
Well, he doesn't know yet that that's missing, and he might think maybe that whoever put this piece of paper in
Right.
there took
Yeah,
out
oh,
that piece of paper.
I'm afraid it's gonna get very Pikeman for me.
It's 2 pikemen already. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, we need it simple. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah, because I kinda even, like, I wasn't paying very close attention today. I
I
admit. I,
I I
heard
had to
that part
sort
at
of
the end, I was like, "Wait,
yeah.
what? What?"
I know, I had to catch myself and realize, "Oh, they're revealing things that we didn't know." I
See,
need to
you're taking notes, and so you're being an active listener, and I'm, like, flicking stuff around on my phone, I'm making a
yeah.
coffee, I'm washing a bowl, and
Yeah.
I'm being a
Yeah.
passive listener. Another way to say that is just I'm being half-assed. I'm
Yeah.
half-assing it.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. I'm
yeah.
forgetting for a moment how professional you are, really.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you're there being the one on the job. Um,
Well, you know, I try, Gia, I try.
Otherwise we'd just muddle on here in the dark together.
Which we do
Uh,
sometimes, and people see that, and,
yeah, they do. Oh,
it's not very
we
well
can't
hidden.
really hide it. Yeah.
No, no. But, let's go to, there are a couple of sort of interesting teeny developments. One was, well, Chase and Anna. Anna can see now that Chase is, way
Oh,
too
yeah, that's
compromised.
kind of interesting. I like the way she kinda held her hand up and tried to shut him up, and he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
And I can't for the life of me remember the ADA's name. I wanna say Lucille, but I know that's not it.
Is
Or
it Janine?
Joyce.
Is
Oh,
it Janine?
Janine, is that right? Yeah, it starts with a J, doesn't it? But it's not Jacinda. We only have one
No, it's not Jacinda, it's
maybe
not
it's
Jordan.
Janine. Yeah.
Is it
Anyway,
Janine?
we could just call her the ADA.
Yeah, and she's sort of turning out to be an ally now. When she came on strong as sort of everybody's enemy in the office,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
now
now
she's,
sh
like, sort of on their side.
yeah, or at least impartial, kind of,
Yeah, she might
so that
actually be trying to do her job properly, maybe.
right, 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 yeah, and then it's good also that she knows Drew is a scumbag,
She has
that
really
doesn't
nice hair.
she does, sure, sure
I
she
wish
does.
my hair would do that if I just grew it long, but it won't. We all know it.
We all know
I
it.
end up looking more like
Robert
Heather.
Plant. Oh.
Yeah, or no, I wish Robert Plant has lovely hair, but no, I look more like Heather Weber in
Mm.
prison.
The prison Heather.
Yeah,
Oh, poor Heather.
without access to products. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The other interesting development was the Sidwell Marco discussion that they
Oh,
had on the
wasn't that
pier.
creepy? Oh my God, that was
Yes.
so creepy.
Yes. I don't think
Nicely done, both of them, I
both
thought.
of them, and I think Marco doesn't have any idea what he sort of partnered up with in, working with his dad, right?
Well, he should. I mean, his dad, like, that was just horrifying. The
Yeah,
way his
it was
dad
your
was like,
fault. You
"You
killed
did it,"
her.
and then he does this all, but then he does it, and he's touching him, and he's like,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's being affectionate with him, and he's at the same time he's like, laying the blame for a murder on him and
Mhm,
sucking him into this, and it's
mhm.
almost like Marco is like taking the blame
Yeah,
and not
yeah.
even like, shouldn't he be suddenly like, wait a minute, you are murdering people?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
oh, hold on, let's back up here.
he
And
tried that route, but but Sidwell didn't let him get anywhere with it, He's like, "You set this in motion." I mean, and then he sort of said, "Well, she started to crack, and that was never gonna."
Yeah, and then he kind of shifted the blame to the judge herself. Like
Yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
she did this the minute she accepted the bribe,
Yeah, right,
which
right.
is interesting. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it kinda made it sound like she signed her own death warrant, right, by taking the
Yeah.
bribe.
Like, do
Mhm.
you think that like because you take a bribe and you're like walking on the wild side, is that like you get what you get?
Well, I guess if you're dealing with somebody like that, yeah, probably you shouldn't be surprised if they decide that.
You're dancing with the devil, and so
Yeah, yeah, and it's like, a secret, so you're a liability.
yeah. Ugh. But anyway, that was a really creepy conversation because
Yeah,
it was like equal parts loving and horrifying. It was like it,
and can it be that loving if it's that horrifying?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say no. I
But
don't
I don't
think
know. I
so.
mean, I think he really loves his son.
But he would kill him, I think, if he thought Marco betrayed him again.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, that was very chilling at the end there when he said, "Don't,"
Yeah, because
you
how is
know.
Marco not gonna wanna confide in somebody? And
Yeah, and
he
it's
would
gonna
love
be
to talk to
Lucas who's got
Lucas.
that
Yeah.
Boy Scout thing going, and
Yeah,
you know,
shit. Shit, yeah, he's really,
yeah,
backed himself into a corner there, I think.
yeah. But it was a great scene, and I really believe them as father and son. Their heads are
Mhm.
the same shape. Have you noticed that?
I guess not. I guess I noticed some things, maybe not that.
Well, take a look next time because they both have kind of round, very round heads.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
but like Sidwell is totally bald, but and Marco's very
mhm,
close cut, and it's
mhm,
just like you can see their skull
yeah,
shape really clearly.
uh-huh, okay, alright, yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good information, thank you. I'm glad
Well,
when you do wake up
I
and
like it.
pay attention, you're
I
focusing
like it
on
when it's believable that the people are
yeah,
related.
yeah, yeah,
Like I
right.
always feel like Joss really is Carly's daughter.
Yep, yep, mhm, yep,
Just because 'cause they're
more
both
and more.
blonde, I guess. I don't
Emma
know.
and I think more and more look alike, and,
Yeah, yeah. Boy, we
mhm.
have some really complicated examples of parent and child relationships going on with Marco and Sidwell
Yes.
and Britt and Liesl, and pretty soon Carly and Joss are gonna have
Mhm,
some stuff
mhm.
to talk about.
That is
Um,
true, that's all true, yeah, yeah, mhm.
Interesting. It's never easy, is it?
Never easy, no, and I wonder, uh, is Marco like, he's sort of at a crossroads in a way. I mean, it's kind of too late for him to back out of this, At least
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
if he listens to everything his father told him, but that means accepting all of this, right? Or
Yeah. Oh,
or fi
yeah.
or figuring out how to live with all of this, knowing that, Sidwell has killed before, he's gonna kill again.
And we don't know what Marco has known up to this point. This is the first time it's been revealed to us
Right.
that Marco now knows that his father has committed a murder.
Mhm.
Do you get the sense that for all we know, he's known all along that his father is a murderer? That he's committed other murders?
I would have thought so, right? Because that was why, like, there were reasons why he never wanted to get involved in his father's business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And this was supposed to be the clean part of his business that he was working
So
on.
he was just sort of turning a blind eye to the parts of his
I
father
think
he didn't
so.
like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I
and
think
now he's in hook, line, and sinker. He's in like Flint.
mhm. And wouldn't he have heard some of the talk about, like, Sidwell, like, trying like, kidnapping Lucky and all of that stuff? I mean, didn't Lucas
I
fill
don't
him
know. I
in?
mean, maybe right. That's true. Right, from other people. I thought you meant from Sidwell. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, from
right.
other
Yes, you
people.
would have to know that. Yeah.
I would think,
I
and
would
that,
think, right.
Anna and Jason or whoever, they were almost killed by him when he blew up that building or whatever the hell he
Yeah,
did.
he should know
Bomb,
all that
you
stuff.
know?
Yeah, right.
Um, so, yeah, he would have to be really making an effort to ignore that side of his dad, I think. And he can't anymore. So now he's gotta decide, I think,
He's just fully in, and how will he handle Lucas? Will he simply handle Lucas by shielding Lucas from things that he knows about his
right.
father, or does being in a relationship mean you have to, like, reveal everything about, like,
Yeah. Well, and what does this do to, wanting to get revenge for his mother's death?
yeah, I don't know.
Because he said in this conversation with Sidwell, when Sidwell sort of threw it in his face that he was the one who wanted to get even or make Sonny pay, right? And he
Yep,
said, "Well,
yep.
I said that, like she had just died. It was sort of like fresh, and now if he had time to like go back or take that line away, would he?
I don't know. It's messy though.
It is
I
messy because he's kind of unleashed sort of a monster,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
help him. His dad thinks he's doing what he wants,
yeah.
although
So
his father probably would have wanted to do all this stuff anyway to get Sonny out of the picture.
we've got some good bad guys going right now. Sidwell
Mhm.
and
Drew's a bad guy.
Drew's really a bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, did we have any more with Willow and Drew? No, not today.
No, we
Right?
didn't.
No.
We didn't over these 2 days, no. Um,
Um,
but Anna's starting to think of Willow as a suspect now.
right. Yeah. I don't think it was her personally.
I don't know. They're sort of allowing sort of us to think it could be, I think, 'cause there've been times where the camera's gone to Willow and she sort of looks like
She
she's
looks shifty. She looks a little
shifty.
shifty.
I mean, we know there's the spinning, so
She probably
she's
just needs a sandwich.
and she hasn't spun a baby in a while, so she probably
That's
misses
my
that.
husband's answer to everything. She
A
needs a
sandwich.
sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. She does always look like she could fall over.
She does look kind of on the anemic side of life. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but,
Not you wouldn't call her robust.
no,
Um,
I don't think anybody would, no. Mm-mm.
do you think that I'm backing up a little bit. I'm thinking about parent-child relationships.
Okay, sure.
Does it kind of hold true that mothers and daughters have issues, and mothers and sons just love each other without, like, judgment or reserve, and then mother and fathers and sons have issues, and then fathers and daughters just love each other without reserve or judgment?
No, I don't think so.
I do. No, I mean, that's a blanket statement, but I don't know. I sometimes just feel like it's complicated between the same gender, the father son and the mother daughter thing.
Hmm, the
Yeah.
father-son. Wait a minute, so the same sex, you're saying they have struggles.
Yeah, struggles a little bit. I think because that's your role model or something, and they
And
look at
also
you as their little copy or whatever. And
mhm,
I don't
mhm,
know. I think they're more invested in how that one turns out, and the other gender they can just love
mhm.
because
Well,
they're so gosh
plus
darn cute or whatever.
mm, alright. Well, so it's different, like, if it's a father looking at a daughter, he might not feel like, I mean, it's a bit sexist, but he doesn't have the same expectations of what you should be
Yeah,
doing, you know?
right. That's what I'm saying. Are you agreeing with me?
Well, I think,
No.
yes, yes. I mean, I felt like I definitely didn't have to try as hard as my brothers, but my dad was sort of disappointed in all of us.
Equally.
So, yeah, for different reasons, but just basically, yeah, disappointed. Just I think in having kids. I don't think he really wanted kids,
He
which
should have figured that out because
I
there's a whole
understand.
bunch of you.
I know. I don't think he would have. he would have stopped at 1, I think, and my mom wanted a lot of kids, so
And that would have just been, yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad that your mom won that battle, but you don't know.
Um,
Maybe they were like Joss and Vaughn, for all you know.
no, I don't think so. I
No.
think they even like, my mom or somebody even said that that was that was how it played out.
Well, anyway, I was just thinking that I mean, a lot of times with our soap opera families, we don't have clear-cut
Yeah,
fathers, and
yeah,
like there's always
right,
some complicated
right.
family
Mhm,
relationship. But I
mhm.
was thinking about Britt and Liesl. I mean, of course, that her father insane, but
Yeah. You could also
um
say Sonny and Christina, and then Christina and Alexis.
yeah,
They
yeah,
definitely fit your
exactly.
mold. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm,
exactly. And I feel like, I
mhm,
mean, I didn't have a horrible relationship with either of my parents, but I feel like my
mhm.
mother had more invested in trying to, sort me out, and my father just,
Your poor mom. That was a battle she was never gonna win.
I think once we were like once I was an adult, later we just all
Yeah.
enjoyed each other, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
she thought I was funny then,
Yep, yep,
but
mhm,
when I was young and when I was still under their thumbs, and they were
mhm.
trying to sort of shape me in
Yeah.
some way, I was mostly a frustration to her, but I feel like my dad was just like I was his little cutie pie. I was the only girl,
Mhm,
so.
mhm. Yep, yep, mhm.
Um, so I don't know. I just think that may we don't know. Sidwell doesn't have a girl. Oh well, no.
Mm,
Was
no.
Blaze? Blaze was not
Place?
his. No,
No, no,
okay.
right?
No, I don't
Um,
think so.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so
so.
either, but I was thinking also, yeah, getting back to, Sidwell and Marco, now that Marco has had this moment with his dad, I think in a way, even though his relationship with his mother wasn't good, he 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 probably would really love some of that sort of, like, motherly sort of
Well,
softness,
that's true. They didn't have a good relationship, so that doesn't hold with my theory. But yeah, right. Yes, exactly. Yeah, just some mother love, right? Because
Yeah,
this
or just
Sidwell
an
thing is,
alternative to this, because this
yeah,
is
to
all he's
this,
got now.
yeah, this like just bald evil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who would
Like
kill,
literally
Lucas?
bald and figuratively bald evil. Just
Yeah, yeah,
ooh. But
and Lu
loving, also loving.
but with so many conditions though, in a way now. I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
interesting because he did seem to sort of love Marco more unconditionally before they got involved in business together, right? I mean,
Well, do
because
you
he used
remember when he thought Marco was in the fire and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that real distress when
Mhm. Yeah,
like that was real.
yeah, and he liked I mean, he accepted him as gay, he liked
Yeah,
seeing him
yeah.
happy,
There's
so
a
it
lot to like about Sidwell.
Oh, boy, okay. Uh, but it's just like, in retrospect, it seems like the biggest mistake Marco made was deciding that he could work with his father in any
Yeah, yeah,
capacity, you know?
yeah. Yep, yep.
Uh
It's gonna get messy. Yep.
Yeah, because his father has very strict a code of his own when it comes to business or what he needs to do to succeed, and I think he can't, like, shift gears when it comes to his son, really.
Yeah, yeah. I have to hand it to the writers. Like those were two characters that I really didn't like and wasn't too interested in the beginning,
Mhm, mhm.
and now I'm pretty invested.
Yeah, it is a kind of fascinating dynamic they've developed there, but yeah,
Yeah,
I still can't Sidwell is such a bad guy.
yeah. Oh, I don't like him, but I'm
Yeah, yeah,
invested in him as a character, and
yeah.
I worry a
Mhm.
little bit about like Lucy. Like they haven't developed that storyline too much, and I
No,
feel
I
like, oh,
know.
geez,
Right, right, yeah,
what if
or
he does go for a
Maxie, yeah,
sleepover?
like,
Yeah,
the whole Maxie investigation is not happening at all.
no. No, it
And it
really
could
isn't.
still happen even though she's off someplace else, you know? They could still
Right.
be digging around.
Somebody should be looking into it, shouldn't they? Yeah, we haven't talked
Yeah,
about that in a while, have we? They haven't
no.
even touched on that. I kind of forgot. God,
Yeah.
poor
Gosh,
Maxie.
I know, I know.
Ah, okay. All right.
Uh,
What else you got? Back to the notes.
alright, let's see. Well, we covered a lot of it. We sort of jumped ahead a
Oh,
little bit, when we talked about, like, the Britt, Liesl, Nina stuff, you know, and,
I like
Liesl
Nina's apartment. We didn't talk about how much I like Nina's apartment.
No, we didn't. And
It's
I
got
like
kind of a like Art Nouveau vibe. I'm not sure why I say that, but
okay. It's definitely, yeah, it's got a sort of a
I like
flair,
all the
maybe?
pinks and the grays and I
Yeah.
don't know what I like about it, but
I like the idea of Nina, having Britt there as a guest.
yeah, they could have some interesting conversations.
Yeah, I think so, and she needs somebody to tell her that Liesl is just, being Liesl,
Being
and
Liesl, she's gotta work through it's kinda like she's
yeah,
gotta work through the stages of grief, you know?
exactly, yeah, exactly. Mhm.
And you know what nobody else has asked, and I could really be the most interesting part, is what's happened with the Huntington's disease?
Well, it seems like she said it was in remission, right? Did she say that to
Did she
Jason?
tell them that? Does it do that?
I guess with whatever treatment she's been
Yeah, but, like,
undergoing.
why is her mother not asking what's going on there with that? Like, because it's
Yeah.
all been about, "I didn't want you to watch me, you know, like, die and go
Mhm,
downhill," and all and
mhm.
obviously she's looks healthier than ever. Um
Yeah. Well, she was supposed to be getting medicine at the hospital, but they left
Oh,
because
right, yeah, and then she said,
Lulu
"Hope
didn't
hope
want
I
her.
don't die." Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
Lulu.
Lulu, jeez.
Lulu is, like thinks she's the middle of the freaking solar system.
Yeah, I know. She's really just a pill.
Really, she's Pluto.
Oh, boy. Mm.
Um Anyway, okay, so I like that. Another thing I liked was, that Carly got left out of all of the conversations that Sonny and Jason and
Yeah.
Britt had.
Yeah, I know. I think that
Cracks
was
me up.
yeah. Sometimes she needs to get knocked down a peg or 2.
Yeah, and she's just like they're like, "Yeah, we can't you can't be in our little club. You're just."
You know? Yeah, especially if you're dating, like, Brennan, I mean, it's just,
Yeah, I
not
know,
gonna
and she's like,
work.
Yeah, I was with Jack. I was with Jack,"
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah, that's funny. So that was funny.
Mhm.
Uh What else? Anything else? Do you have any fashion shout outs you wanna give? We haven't talked fashion in a while.
Um, Good question, Gia, good question. I don't think I do. There wasn't a lot of fashion. There were a lot of like dark outfits, the men in their suits. Britt's dress
Yeah,
was
I thought
dark,
I liked, I liked Brick's, suit. He looked snappy with the little
Mhm,
kerchief in the pocket. I liked,
mhm.
Joss's, like, maxi dress. She can pull off that look.
Oh, she sure can. Just throw it on and yeah, it's hot
Yeah,
stuff.
2
Mhm,
seconds later, yep. They're like,
mhm,
"Get
yep.
dressed." Yeah. Um, let's see, yeah, I don't know what else we had.
Not that much. Like
I
you
don't
said, they
know.
were kinda placeholder days, but they did plant some seeds, some good seeds.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Anyway,
mhm.
it's going along pretty well. I think we've been more dissatisfied in the past. I feel like things are
Yeah, yeah.
on
Mhm,
kind of an upswing now on all our storylines. I'm pretty
mhm.
interested in all of them, I think.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Joss is gonna be heading back to Port Charles soon. I guess we don't know if since she has 24 hours left with Vaughn, we don't really know how many days that's gonna turn out to be,
Yeah,
you know?
Brennan, that old softy. He gave him
That
24
was
hours.
stupid, wasn't it? I mean, that's not how you do that,
That's
man.
not how you do it. I don't like that they're setting him up to just be this grumpy guy all the time either. I feel like grumpy and stupid. I liked that
Yeah.
Vaughn threw in his face that he didn't know that Colette was a double agent,
Yeah,
you know? I
yeah,
was like,
right.
"Yeah, Brendan, you big
Yeah,
dum-dum."
yep.
Um, but I just don't like that he's just, grumpy and shouting at everybody all the time, and I don't know.
Mhm. Mhm.
and then he's gonna be like a high schooler with Carly again, and I'm just,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, right. He needs, like, some special skill or something, and it should be, like, spying, but it doesn't seem to be.
No, it doesn't seem to be. We need to start, like, you know how we talked about, like, what kind of music would he listen to and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what
Build a
sort of
file
dog.
on him, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, maybe I'm gonna
Mhm.
put that on our Facebook page and people can,
Okay, yeah, with some questions, like
like,
what TV shows would he binge?
yeah, what series would he binge? What breed dog should he have? And,
Or dogs or cats? Would he be a dog man or a
oh,
cat
what
man?
yeah, 'cause I'm a cat man. Yeah, yeah, and what sort of music, like,
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
I'd like to just have him listen to Steely Dan maybe,
Okay, alright.
'cause that's sort of urban and urbane
Yeah,
and
yeah.
smart, and slick and jazzy and poppy.
It's
I don't
pretty
see him, like, listening to Southern rock, that would be hard
no.
to.
Right, yeah. Steely Dan seems like a very, very safe bet, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
And I love Steely Dan, so that would make me like him more, I think.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I do, fight me,
Uh,
whatever.
no, I know you do. I know you do. I do too. That's one area where our music Venn
Yeah,
diagrams
that's our Venn
overlap.
diagram, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's not too much, but,
Not
that's
too
one
much,
of
but they're
yeah.
in there. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I don't see him listening to, like, alternative country or anything.
No, but
No.
there's lots of other kinds of music out there. But yeah, I think
What?
you're right. It would
Is
be
there?
like
What?
it turns out they're still making music
Like,
after
I don't
like
want him to be like, don't tell me he's, like, a huge Joe Bonamassa fan, and he's like
I just think you're still in your little sort of bubble of stuff from like several years ago, Gia.
Do you know who Joe Bonamassa is?
Yeah, yeah, he's that guitar guy.
Yeah, he's a guitar guy, yeah.
You know, there's this boy named John Mayer who plays a
I
terrific guitar.
and I don't see him being, like, a deadhead. Like, that
No,
that
although
wouldn't
he
work.
probably likes to think he's kind of like a cool guy like that, like
Yeah,
laid
yeah,
back, but he's not laid back.
but he's not laid back, right, so
No.
I'm seeing him listen to either something jazz on the jazz side of life or something
Mhm.
angry. Okay, I could get
Okay.
lost in this for a while. I'll shut
Yeah,
up now.
yeah,
I'll shut up
okay, but
now.
it is fun to imagine.
Yeah, giving him a little more of a backstory.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Hmm.
Alright.
They do need something like that. Somebody should be working on that.
Yep, yep. And they gave us that hint, and I wish I could go back to that episode and see what he was listening to,
Yeah, that
but,
jazz, yeah.
was it jazz? Like smooth
I think it
jazz?
was, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
You think I'm in a bubble? I think you're in a
Mm.
bubble.
Okay, alright, I'm in a bubble. Sure.
I think we're both in bubbles.
We're in bubbles for sure. Yep, yep.
Uh, anyway, okay.
Um,
Did we cover everything, and is everybody home from their
yeah,
commute?
I think everybody should be pulling into their driveways by
Alright,
now,
alright. Well,
hopefully. Yeah,
we
hopefully they didn't
appreciate
get
all you nice folks.
yes, we do. Thank you very much for listening.
And we appreciate each other as
Yeah, we do,
as
of
much
course.
as we are,
We
giving
were
each other a hard time.
yeah,
That's
we're
that's all
full of
part of the
sass.
fun. We're
Yeah.
full of crap, but
That's
anyway, we'll
true.
share some of this crap in a few days, right?
Yeah, yeah, we will. Mhm.
Yeah, we will. Okay. All right.
Alright. Okay, Chia.
Okay. Well, you have a good night. I'm gonna go heat up the split pea soup, not the spit
Uh
pea soup. Split pea soup, and
Yum. Okay.
yeah, call it a
Uh,
night.
alright, Chia. You have a
All
good one.
right. Okay, you too. We'll see you soon.
Alright. Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.